If you're looking to build or improve your portfolio and hone your skills as a UI UX designer, I am super excited to share this new resource with you. It's my new Figma Workbook with 10 detailed, realistic, and fun challenges for you to choose from and work through right in this Figma file. Each prompt includes background, user stories, acceptance criteria, and some tips, and even a mini challenge so that you can get some practice in within just 30 minutes. The resource is linked below, so be sure to check that out. In this video, I'm going to be sharing my 3 biggest tips for building a portfolio for those who have not yet gotten into the industry as a product designer or UI UX designer. If you're kind of stuck in that hamster wheel of needing experience in order to get experience, then hopefully these tips will be helpful for you. Number 1 is, as a beginner, one of the most important things about your portfolio is actually your visual design skills. And this might surprise you because in the world of UX, visual design is of course just one component, but it is a very important component and it's something that a lot of junior roles are very focused on. Usually the junior roles are focused more on UI and less so on intricate UX and strategy. Not that you wouldn't do any of that, but there's a lot of working in Figma and mocking up screens and things like that that go into your first role. And because of that, in my experience looking at hundreds of portfolios and working with hiring managers, one of the things that can quickly put your portfolio into the no pile is visual design skills that are not up to par. So if you're trying to break into the industry, focus on making sure that your UI looks very polished and you're using best practices and all of those things so that you're not giving someone a reason to reject your portfolio right off of first impressions. Number 2, once you've got that visual design box checked off, the next thing you want to do is make sure you have at least 2 projects that go deeper than just that visual UI. Projects that show your critical design thinking skills and that you understand UX best practices and how to put yourself in a user's shoes. And the more relevant these are to the company you're applying to, the better. One thing I've learned having worked for dozens of different tech companies is that every problem space is very, very different. And if you have experience in the same problem space that your company operates in, it is going to help your application go further. But I understand this makes it tricky for junior designers because, like I said, you don't have much experience yet. So how are you supposed to get the experience to get more experience to get to the next job to get more experience for the next job? This is where self-led projects have been really helpful for me. This aromatherapy case study, for example, landed me a job at a tech company that was focused on creating a real physical smart diffuser paired with a mobile app. Try to pinpoint your ideal industry or problem space and create self-led projects that are within that space so that you can get a little bit of experience with it even if you're not getting paid or working a real full-time job. And this does not have to be as specific as aromatherapy. It could be as simple as choosing between a B2B and a B2C. I feel like I could say so much more on this topic, but for the sake of this video, my last tip has to do with how you present your work. I have a few other videos and even a full course on case studies, so I'll leave those linked below if you want to check them out. But the most important thing it comes down to is your communication skills. Both written and verbal communication is so important, but a lot of people thrive in one of those areas more than the other. So use your specific strengths to your advantage when it comes to crafting a case study. Either write something that is really engaging and really tells the story of your project, or maybe make a video case study so that you can talk through your work and process instead. If you do choose that though, be wary that hiring managers never have more than, honestly, a few seconds at first to look at a portfolio, but then once they're getting into each case study, maybe make each one 3 minutes at the absolute max. High level is better for this type of thing, and if you could be a good fit, they'll always ask you to walk through case studies in a real in-person interview. All right, that is my tips for today, friends. Hopefully this was helpful for those of you trying to break into product design, and hopefully you will check out this new Figma workbook with these 10 challenges. This is actually something a lot of you have been asking for, and so I really hope that you enjoy going through these. If you do end up creating one of these projects based on one of my challenges, please send it to me. I can't promise that I'll be able to give feedback to everyone, but I would love to see it, and maybe in a future video, I will review some here on my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me, and I'll see you in a future video. Bye!